Awesome. Okay, well, I'll kick into things. And please don't be shy. Keep writing in the chat room there. I'll quickly give us an intro of who we've got on today. So myself, Christina. My job is Global Partnerships Manager, and it's basically to lead the content partnerships in our library. So we partner with a lot of industry bodies, organizations, industry experts to make our content more credible and more useful for our customers, you guys. So that's me. And then we've got the lovely Ali here as well today.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I'm on our expansions team, which means kind of just helping our customers strategize how to grow their potential with EdApp, how to expand to new regions, new departments, and new markets, working very closely with all of our customers in many different ways. And then we've also got Molly, as well as Bobby and Summer on the chat here. So some of you may be familiar with this amazing team in the US and our customer success team. So yeah, we're very lucky to have them all here today.
Awesome. Cool. So to chat you through what we're going to cover today, I'm going to give it a bit of a spiel about our course library and what it is and why we have it. We'll then move into what's new, what courses are new to the library, and also what's on their way to the library, what's coming. We're then going to jump into the actual product, and Ali's going to take us through a demo so that you guys can understand. Maybe you're not familiar, or maybe you need a refresher of how to actually deploy a course from our library, make it your own, and deploy it to your users. And then we'll also cover off Q&A and suggestions, but definitely feel free to just type in the chat room as we go, and we can just kind of tackle questions on the spot as well. So I will get straight into it. As I just mentioned, I'll talk to you about our course library. So we've got a lovely GIF there of what our course library looks like on our website. And we right now have more than 1,000 courses that live in there under many different industry verticals. So from construction, manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, mining, we've got hospitality, front of house, back of house, retail, you name it, we've got it, or we will try and get it. So all different topics, leadership and sales, forklift operation safety, food safety, soft skills, all of these just kind of come to mind. And we created it about 3 years ago. Main reason being we wanted to make it easier for customers like yourselves to come into EdApp and know straight away how to get started. You can simply find the course that you want. You can make a few edits to majority of these courses. You can customize it, make it your own, make it suit your own workplace, and then deploy it to your users. So everything in there, we've basically built today with customers in mind. One of our values is actually think customer. So that's why we like to always think of you guys before we actually build product.
A big question that I always get, Christina, is how do we actually come up with the courses that we do build for the library?
That is a very good question. So I would say number one is data. Like we have a lot of data, obviously, about like who's taking which courses, and it's understanding like what is doing well. I'll actually take you through in a few slides, like the top 5 courses in the last 12 months. So it's understanding like what do our customers actually want in terms of topics. But then I would say, and I know I've already said this a couple of times, but it's definitely just talking to our customers and understanding I've been focusing on different industry verticals and understanding like what's important for retail right now. And it's constantly changing. And I think because every industry is so different, there are just so many different topics we could cover, but we are always open to suggestions, and I would love to hear them from you guys.
Amazing.
Cool. Just seeing some people joining from Selwood Housing. Awesome. From New York. That's great. Okay, cool. So to give a bit of a 101 on our courses, we do have a couple of different kinds of courses in our library. So I just wanted to make it clear before Ali shows you what they look like. So you can see there is a course, Cleaning and Sanitizing in Hospitality, and that course is by EdApp. And what that means is our internal team of experts and instructional designers create these courses from scratch. Again, the suggestion has probably come from a customer. So that's why we're building that course. And you can see that course has had a lot of reviews, and it's actually one of our top courses. Those courses are all editable as well.
I was going to say, that's another big question I get is, are the courses editable?
Good question. Yeah. So anything you see by EdApp, and I'd say it's like 90% of our course library right now, is completely customizable for your workplace. The second type of course is by partners. And what that means is it's either an industry expert or body. I've got an example there, UNITAR, which is the United Nations training arm. But it can also be a customer. So we do work with Pernod Ricard. And we've got a really awesome course in there about the bar world of tomorrow for our hospitality customers. So those courses are not editable, if that was going to be your next question. And main reason for that is because it's coming from a credible source, like a reputable source, and it is their content. A lot of the time we just can't have it changed because it's tied to their logo and their brand. So I know sometimes that can be a bit frustrating, but it makes a lot of sense. So if you ever see these in partnership courses in there, it's likely that they are not editable. But we hope that, you know, having a course in there by UNITAR is enough for you guys to take that and deploy it to some of your learners. And then the last one is certified content. And this is quite new for our library. The example we've got there is with HACCP, which is called, it's around food safety. And I won't go into it now because I've got a slide on it for later, but that's a really, really important certification or certified course. Again, that one isn't editable, but it's a free course that you guys can deploy to your users today. Cool, just going to stop and see if there are any questions or anything.
Not yet. I think we're good to move on.
Okay.
I think actually, cool. I think, yeah, just a quick question here about how we find our partners.
Oh, yeah.
How do we find partners like Pernod Ricard?
Go back. So Pernod Ricard is a customer. So a lot of the time it's either customers or they come about naturally through conversations. So I'll also reach out to a lot of people as well and try and instigate it that way. But a lot of the time, because we are as well, EdApp is actually owned by a larger company called Safety Culture, which you can see in our logo on the bottom left. So we have a lot of ties within a lot of different industries, especially in the US and the UK. And I can also see, Catherine, you've just asked a good question. What sources do you use for the EdApp created courses? It really depends on what the industry is. We use a lot of government material. It also depends on what region we're in. But if you are in the US, for example, like OSHA is a huge body over there. So we do use a lot of content from OSHA. Obviously, we credit you'll see sources at the end of a lot of the courses that we have. So you'll see that in there, but it's like every course is so different. But if you're ever after anything as well, definitely hit me up. Cool. Okay, so I included this slide because, as I mentioned, data is really important to us, and especially about making a course library that is relevant to our customers. So this is a look at our 5 most popular courses, and this is looking at the last 12 months. It's the amount of individuals and organizations or companies that have imported these courses into their accounts. And it's actually, if you then also look at the completions data, it's the exact same 5 courses. And if you kind of go through them, you'll understand pretty quickly they're all really, really important topics, and they are basically compliance topics, I would say, apart from the first one. Compliance, very, very important for all learners, because basically you should be taking especially like cybersecurity, so important these days.
Which one is your favorite course in the library, Christina?
Good one. I think I've actually got a slide. Yeah. So these are like, I actually went around the office earlier today and just did a verbal poll to understand, like, out of EdApp's, what are your favorite courses? And they're all the partnership courses, which is great because they're probably the most fun. And it means that we've actually gone out and like sourced material.
Yeah, those are super fun.
Yeah, like the first two you're looking at, they were probably produced in the last year or two, partnered with Cramo Brown on this diversity, equity, and inclusion course. And the video in this course is really, really awesome. He was also just a lovely guy to meet, and knowing what he's like in person and then turning that into this course was really cool. The same with John Valanthan. If any of you guys haven't taken this course, it's our top leadership course right now. And it's all around, he's like one of the guys that rescued the 13 boys that went missing in a Thai cave a few years ago. So he was one of the scuba divers that actually saved them. He's British as well, for all of you Brits on the call. But that one's awesome. But I've got to say the AXA climate one is probably my favorite. I only took it a few months ago, and my mind was blown just because they really simplify climate change, and it's really, really awesome video content that kind of resonates, I guess, with an audience like us in any workplace.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Powerful one.
What would you say your favorite is?
I would have to say I do love so many of the Unitar courses. Those are just really impactful and really amazing, and now have had such an impact around the world. But I also love the Bar World of Tomorrow. So very different, but Bar World of Tomorrow has amazing visuals, really cool images, super interactive. So just looking at the ones here, I'd say those two are probably my favorite.
Nice, love it. Cool. Well, okay, so now I'm going to go into what is new in our library and what we've been working on. I think, yeah, I'm going to call this industry approved courses, or the industry approved series. And basically what we've done is we've looked at the top 5 industries in our course library, and we've spoken with industry experts here at Safety Culture to understand what are the top 5 courses under each of these industries that each worker needs to take. So for construction, for example, these 5 courses are basically training that all of your workers should be taking, whatever kind of work site you are in the construction industry. So what we did is we actually already had a couple of these courses in our library. A few of them we had to build from scratch, but of the ones that we did already have, we've completely revamped them, refreshed them, given them like a fresh coat of paint, if you will, updated the content, had them vetted by industry experts. That's either like an internal professional within Safety Culture, because we have a lot of people within Safety Culture that have come from like years of being in a construction site. So they have a lot of experience in the field. And so they've actually gone through and vetted these courses for us. So we've basically curated this series of industry approved courses. So whether you're in construction or manufacturing, these are the top 5 for the manufacturing industry. And I think this one was actually our head of product came from manufacturing. So he actually vetted these courses for us. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think, oftentimes people ask, how do we come up with these top 5, or like, how did we come up with these top 5 specifically for these industries?
Yeah. So it was basically, I had a lot of consults with our experts to understand, for example, our head of product worked in the manufacturing industry for like 10 years before joining Safety Culture. And it was talking to him about what are 5 things that any worker within manufacturing should be taking right now. So conversations like that, but also with customers to understand, what's important and what should we be covering. So I guess that's kind of how we came up with the 5.
Yeah, amazing.
And I'll jump to the next one. Same goes with warehousing and logistics. We actually have an expert out of the UK who have vetted all of these for us. And I also want to note that and you guys probably know this, but just to clarify, like we are general awareness. We're not meant to be, for example, forklift operation safety. We are not going to teach you exactly how to drive a forklift. You obviously need to do practical experience on the job before you are doing a micro learning course on it. But it really is there to retain the knowledge. We are micro learning to really make interactive and fun and engaging content that you are then going to take, or your workers are going to take wherever they are on the job or before work or after work. They're going to take that course, and they can also reinforce it every year with our recurring certification and training, and feel more confident on the job. And then you have peace of mind that your workers are being trained on this yearly or how often it is.
Yeah, I see a lot of customers that that will do that. So they've got a different level of certification and on the job experience and in heavy machinery and whatever the course might be. But these are great for compliance refreshers yearly, just to make sure that their staff are up to date on what's new, in case there's anything to update on it as well.
Awesome. And I won't spend too much longer on this, but we've also got retail. So we've got these 5 courses that have been revamped and reviewed. And then lastly, for the hospitality industry, we've got these 5 courses as well. And I'll also note the last 2 there have actually been certified by HACCP, which I mentioned earlier. And I will just go to the next slide because that brings me to HACCP training, but I might just pause and see if we've got any questions.
Yeah, I think there was a question about whether the courses are specific to any regions or the US or the UK. That's one of them that came through.
Yeah, no, that's a good question, actually. I will say most of these courses are global right now. We do have quite a few OSHA specific courses for the US. And I will also talk about something called IOSH, which people in the UK might be familiar with, where we're actually hopefully getting a few of our UK specific IOSH courses certified or approved by them. But for the courses that are global, because our courses are editable and customizable, that's where our strength is. And that's where, if you're looking at a course and you think it needs to be changed a little bit because it doesn't fit the US specifically, and maybe it mentions Australia as well, that's where you could go in and take it out, take the Australian reference out and just keep the US references, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've got a lot of feedback here from people, and I love people kind of sharing different ways they've used courses or what's relevant to their industry and their region. But yeah, I think that's all the questions for now.
So HACCP. So what is HACCP? So it stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. And this is a major global organization. And they've actually certified 6 of our courses that you guys can take for free, or your learners can take for free today. And we have 2 that have more recently been certified. They are allergies and food intolerance in restaurants and food delivery and storage. So these courses are mainly for hospitality teams and any kind of food manufacturers. Anyone working with food can take these courses. They're generally, I'd say, between 30 and 40 minutes. And it just means that, it's so cool that we can offer this in our library as certified courses basically for free, and means that your teams, your learners can be trained up in food safety. And you have that kind of confidence that they have the training and they're backed by this. Cool. And I'm going to move on to something that's really exciting. And this is actually content that is coming soon. So it's not available in our library right this minute, but it will be soon. And I know that this is US specific. So if you are from the UK or Europe, bear with me, because we're hoping to bring this, a very similar concept, into the library for you guys soon. We've actually just launched our own Australian version of this course. But it is harassment prevention training. And what we've done is we've partnered up with a major US law firm. Their name's Polsinelli. And we're going to be offering this for it'll cover every US state. So we'll have 3 different courses in our library, and it will comply with local and state legal requirements for sexual harassment. So if you are interested in this training, please reach out to your customer success manager after this webinar, or we did actually send an email out to our US audience about it last night. So let us know if you're interested, because we'll let you know as soon as it's launched. It is hopefully going to be launching around the end of September or into early October. But we're really, really excited about this training, because it means that basically any of our US customers can come in and they can deploy this to all of their different learners, supervisors and non-supervisors, no matter where they are in the US, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's free as well. So we love to see that, as all our courses in the library are.
So yeah, so if you are in the UK or Europe, just know that I am working right now to partner with a law firm and do this so that we can do similar for your regions.
Yeah, always thinking global. I think we've had a few suggestions on courses here, and that's actually a great point we wanted to raise. So at the end of the session, Christina will drop her email, and she'd love to hear from everyone and just get everyone's suggestions for the library. We love to hear your feedback about what you think we should have. Yeah, we love that.
Love it. Cool. Well, I'll hop right along. We don't have too many more slides to go, and then Ali's going to jump into the actual product and give a demo. For our American audience, again, we have also partnered with the American Society of Safety Professionals. So they are an awesome, reputable kind of source for delivering really top quality, I guess, occupational safety and education and training. And we've got 4 courses in our library right now. You can see them on the screen, but it's all about basically improving job site hazard prevention, standards, team productivity, all of those great things. So you can take them from our course library right now for free as well. Cool. And then I'm going to finish with this slide, and this is what's coming soon to our library. So as well as that US harassment prevention, we've got a cybersecurity course with Okta. So that will be a global course. We're partnering with Okta. They are like a leading provider of identity and access management. Right now, 95% of cyber breaches are due to human error. So this course is going to be all about like basically training the human. Humans are the weakest link. So how do you protect your organization from cyber attacks? So Okta is going to take us through how to protect, yourself, your data, your devices. So that should be a really, really cool one. And I know it's super important because it's been in our top 3 courses for years.
Yeah, that I'm very excited about that one. People are going to love it.
I hope so. And then for the UK guys and Europe, we've got, we are working with IOSH at the moment. So they're the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health. They are a global body. They are huge, but they're really highly recognised in the UK. And we're working with them at the moment to get many of our courses IOSH approved. And then also exciting, which I just touched on, we're trying to get our harassment prevention piece and compliance training sorted there too. So I know Ali just mentioned this, and I'm going to stop talking and hand over to her in 1 second, but there's my email. Hit me up. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, we're also recording all of your suggestions in the chat room. So keep just posting them in there if that's easier as well. I hope that wasn't too long, and I hope that was interesting stuff, but thanks for all of your feedback. And I will stop sharing my screen now.
Amazing. Thank you, Christina. All right, I'm going to jump straight into our live demo. Start sharing my screen. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, got it.
This should look pretty familiar to many of you as the main course dashboard in EdApp in the admin portal. But if you haven't signed up with us yet, feel free to head to our website and sign up for a new account for a free trial and explore. But once you've logged in and you've signed up, you will land on this page here for your content page. So this is where you'll be able to get started with a few options, either creating a course from scratch, browsing our library, or creating a course with AI. So we're going to do a little bit of each of this today, just to give us a test of what's possible. But I'm going to start with browsing our library. So that can be found just at the top here, next to this create button, browse course library. And as Christina was mentioning earlier, we do have some courses that are partnered courses. So there are editable, but most of the courses in this library are editable. And so you'll be able to tell the difference between those. But the course library navigator is super easy to use. We've got all the categories over here on the left. So, manufacturing, we have mining, government. You can also search by keywords like leadership training, and just have a browse through if you haven't had the chance yet to see what you're looking for. It's very easy to kind of just like select the ones that you'd like to add into your account here, or you can also preview them before you decide to add them into your account. So I'm going to do a little bit of a sort of a mock trial of a customer here, pretend that I'm from a manufacturing company. So I've got some courses that I have queued up that I think will be great to add into my account today. I'm going to search for one. So these are mainly in the manufacturing space, but some of my favorites in that manufacturing vertical. So I'll take this one here, personal protective equipment, which is great. Safe use of machinery is also another good one. Handling power tools. Take this one as well. And you can see once you've selected the courses, you'll see at the top here that how many you've selected, and you can just keep searching and browsing as long as you need to, and then import those when you're ready. I'm also going to take a few retail specific courses here too, because the customer that I'm kind of using as my sort of mock demo here today is a little bit of manufacturing and a little bit of retail. I'll take heavy lifting. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of shopping here, a lot of courses, but there's a few that I want to share today that I think are great. So now I've got 6 courses here. I actually might take that leading under pressure course as well, just to make sure that I show you guys what the partnered course looks like. So I'll select this one too. So now I've got 7 courses. I'm going to import those all into my account. Amazing. So if you're new to us, you'll get this little pop-up here that says, you've imported your first course. So now I've got my 7 courses here ready to go. And I'll be able to go through from here and either make edits or rearrange these into paths, assign them to users, et cetera, et cetera. Before I do that, I'll show you guys at least just how to edit the courses or preview them before you, launch them or assign them to any users. By default, the courses will have generic branding or EdApp branding, but I'm going to show you guys here today how we can customize that to make that more look and feel of your company. So by default, we do have the EdApp branding here, and I do want to go ahead and change that. So I really love to apply the branding changes on a course level. So I'm going to go up in the top here and go to app settings. And under this content tab here, I have the ability to change the default logo for all of my courses, as well as the default background. And I think it's nice because it kind of creates a more consistent look and feel for all of your courses. It's, usually branding and marketing team approved, so it's good and ready to go. So I'm pretending today that I'm with Hitachi. So I'm going to upload the Hitachi logo here. And then I've just chosen a nice little background as well, which I love. Wait for that to get uploaded. And I think I'll also change the font here because the blue here is very EdApp. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to maybe black, change the buttons there to black, and maybe this to black as well. All right, cool. Okay, so now we've got a new sort of branding style here. And if I wanted to, I could also update the CSS code if I wanted to. So, that's another option if you want to go a little above and beyond with the branding, but I think I'm happy with where it is for now. And I'll head back out to the content screen and let's see if that branding has now applied to my courses. Amazing. So we've got the new brand logo at the top left here. Now that I've clicked into this course, we're able to see a few different things. So on the left-hand side, we can navigate through the various slides within the lesson. As many of you may know, I'm sure you're aware of the authoring tool, but for those of you who are new, this is where we navigate through the different slides. This is where we can add additional lesson and lesson types. This is where we can rearrange slides as well as add new ones. So let's say that I've gone through and I've sort of vetted this library course, but I really want to add a more specific Hitachi look and feel to it. So a custom addition to the slide. I'm going to click on this new slide button here on the left, and this pulls up our template library. So from here, we've got a huge range of templates to choose from where you'll be able to pick and choose the sort of style of how you want to add your media or text or content into your lesson. We've got text, we've got image, we've got video, and stop me, Christina, if I'm going too fast. I might be flying through this. But I just definitely want to show you guys the various media options we have available. If you wanted to add a video to your lesson, it's always good to add a more personalized video, maybe from your a process or machinery that is specific to the company. But I can also add additional reinforcing quiz slides in our multiple choice section here. We've also got the numbers section, words match. So there's a lot of different slides and templates to go through that are available to choose from here. But I think what we'll do is maybe create perhaps a new lesson from our AI feature. What do you think, Christina?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Before I do that as well, for those of you that don't know, we do also, of course, have the ability to edit everything on the right-hand side here. So within our authoring tool, you can customize everything with the text and images, etc. So if I just want to mark that Hitachi approved, you can see that that's then just updated there. So that will automatically auto-save for us. So we don't need to do anything else there. So I think I'm good with updating this lesson, but if I wanted to create a new lesson, I'm going to go ahead and do one from our new AI feature. So for those of you who haven't explored yet, our AI feature is an integration that we have with OpenAI, and there's a lot of different things you can do with it, a lot of different things that this integration offers. But more specifically, once you're in a course, whether you've created the course from scratch or you've imported it from the library, you do have the ability to generate an AI lesson directly from within the course. So what we'll do here is just give it a prompt. So let's say we want to do something maybe more specific to the region or area that we're in. So heavy machinery lifting techniques in the US. And let's see what that comes back with. So it's good to be really specific. You can also copy and paste things directly from a document. And it's really up to you what you want to put in there and what's specific to you. So the specific course that you're working on. Give it a second.
As well, we're releasing the ability to put in an actual document, right? Like a PDF or a Word doc and with all of your training or content on it. And then it will just automatically generate the course, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. It's going to be amazing. I've seen a demo of it, or a little beta version, and it looks so cool. So yeah, that will be a game changer for sure. All right, so we'll just give it another second here, but as you can see, it's generating all the content for us there just based off of that really small prompt that I put in. So that's given us now a nice little customized addition to the through the prompt that we provided it there. So looks like I just got to update the font there on this one, but it does add nice images and stuff to from our Bing image integration. So if there's no images that you in particular have in the document you're uploading, or any images that you have on file to upload that are relevant, the integration that we have with Bing will take care of that for you. So it does all the heavy lifting there.
That looks great.
Do we have any questions in the chat here?
I think I always get asked in terms of like going into the settings and in terms of like actually deploying, whether it's like a mandatory course or not mandatory, and also certificates. I just wanted to point that out to people and where to find that. And then also in terms of updating the course card, like the course description and the actual course name. People always ask to change that and make it maybe bespoke to their company. So it's like Hitachi PPE.
Yeah, that's a great point. So on the top left here is where you can make any edits to the course title as well as the course cover. So I actually might I'll upload one of the images that I chose for the background here. I think this one is nice and relevant. But if we don't have any images on hand, we also have this integration with Canva. So once you pop into Canva here, you can have a full browse of all the images that they have available. So search for manufacturing, search for retail, heavy lifting, and there's a huge range of different images that will come up for you that you can choose from there. Some of them are free and some of them are paid, but there's a huge range of images to choose from. So you just pop in the image that you want to upload there, resize it, edit it, do any additional things you want to do there, and then publish that, and that will immediately get added to your course. But I think I'll keep this image here because I weirdly really like it. And then if I want to change the title, say I want to make that more Hitachi branded.
Nice.
Change the course title as well as the description. The descriptions do come by default based off of what is what we've added with our design team. So these are definitely customizable as well.
And then in terms of actually like deploying this course, just really quickly, Ali, how would you do that?
Yeah. So this big and bright and blue purple publish button up here, just gonna go ahead and launch that. And now we actually will pull up options here. So do we want to publish all the lessons? Do we just maybe want to publish the ones from the library that we liked? Maybe we want to leave the heavy machinery lifting AI lesson on draft because we're not fully done with it. I say we're good to go on all of these today. So I'm going to select all of them and then click next and just go ahead and publish the course. And we're good to go. We're live.
Nice.
So that's just gone out now and assigned to all the users in our account. And if you do want to, enroll your users in that in specific groups, you're welcome to do that as well. And you can do that by setting up user groups here and then assigning, let's say we want to, assign the course to our retail team. You're able to assign the course to different retail teams or manufacturing teams and set up the various groups there within your user groups page.
Cool. Love that. And then as well, like I'd mentioned the certificates before, because we can also put like the Hitachi logo on that certificate and that kind of thing too, right?
Yeah. Certificates are great, especially with what we were talking about before with the compliance courses. When you're getting audited, you need to have a record of those certificates, or your learners just want to keep a copy of that for their own records and for themselves. That's all hosted and on file, and you can set those up within app settings here. So you can actually create your own custom certificates, which is great because then you can assign different certificates by course for different topics and customize those with your own branding, create a new one so you can change the logo here, as well as the cover image, and add your own specific badge and logo to it as well.
Nice. Love that. Yeah. Any other questions for Ali? I know we've only got about 5 minutes left. Yeah, the AI feature is a game changer, Steve. That's right.
It is. I love it. We can't stop talking about it.
Yeah. Ebony's asking how to insert a video. So I'm guessing that means in one of our courses.
Ah, yes, of course. Yeah. I'll just jump back into our lovely new course here. And so within a lesson, let's say we want to add a video in particular to a lesson on one of the slides. We'll go to this slide navigator on the left here, and then head to add a new slide here. And then we can see that template library that's popped up again. And then we'll choose video here. And we have a lot of different options here in terms of the videos that we can add. So we can do a video file. So if you just have an MP4 file that you want to upload, or if you want to upload multiple video files, or pull in a YouTube link or a Vimeo link. But a single video I think is great, and you can see this one as an example here. So there's a video file that you can upload here, so you can just go ahead and change that file and choose. I don't have any videos on hand with me, but simply select the video and click open, and then that will upload there.
Love it. Okay. Carl has a question. I'm not sure if we can demo this, but you let me know, Ali. It's about the narration overlay. I've tried to include narration overlay unsuccessfully. Could you demo how to?
Oh, yes, of course. So let's see, that's on the specific slides. I think that you can add narration.
There we go.
Here we go. So here's a content slide. Again, we do have back in the lesson now, for anyone who missed that, back in the lesson, navigated to this third slide here, which is a content slide. And so here's where I can add narration. And then I'll just go ahead and, same thing as a video file, just go ahead and upload that MP4 file. And again, I don't have any MP4 files. I probably have an old iTunes song that I could upload on my computer. But for the sake of this, I will spare you guys from whatever weird music that is. And so you'll just go ahead and ungrab that MP4 file and upload that there. And so if you're ever worried why you can't hear the narration, it is disabled when you're previewing in the admin portal. So that's just so that it doesn't keep playing the narration again and again while you're working on your lesson, but you will be able to go and test that from the app as a learner.
Nice. And I know Bobby's also just posted our support guide on narration there. So
oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.
Cool. I think that is it for now, but definitely feel free to ping us after this as well if you have any more questions. Thanks for that demo, Ali. Loved it.
Amazing. No worries.
Well, it's been fabulous. Love doing a midnight webinar with you, Ali.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And we will be setting a recording. So if you had any colleagues that couldn't make it, definitely share that recording with them. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you guys on the next one.
I'm going to quickly drop my email in the chat again if anyone missed it. And please let me know if you do have a suggestion for a course or for the course library or anything like that. Love it.
Amazing. Thanks, Christina.
Cool. Thanks, Ali.
All right, we'll get some sleep and we'll see you tomorrow for the Australian one. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.